Welcome once again to STEMLens. In this video, I shall be helping the JAMB students to set up three different types of plan they can use to study effectively and get 300 plus in this JAMB examination. Now, to start with, I'll be talking about the first, that's the 1 month plan. But before then, let me just help you understand that JAMB is not just about reading your textbooks cover to cover. It's about you studying, having a strategy that works for you. So in this video, I'll be highlighting three great strategies that I have tried that are trusted. Then you can pick an option and work on the one you want, and I wish you the best in your exam. To start with, the 1 month plan. Now, if you have just 1 month left to the exam, probably because you are a worker, you are in the working class currently, or you are learning work somewhere, and then the exam is in 1 month's time, how do you utilize this 1 month very effectively? Now, if you have just 1 month to the exam, note that we have four different subjects. Every Jambite is taking 4 different subjects. For example, medical students may be taking biology, physics, chemistry, and English. Engineering may be taking maths, physics, chemistry, and English. Now, how do you utilize 1 month to properly revise and be ready for this exam? Now, if you are an engineering student or a math student or a science student in general, what I will tell you to do within this 1 month is you give 2 weeks for review of study materials. Then you use 2 weeks for effective solving of past questions. Now, I've always tried to help most Jambites understand that solving past questions is not the only criteria, because most times I see most people walking around with their novels, and when I speak with them, they'll be like they have CBT on their phones. When they read the novel, after some time they'll solve CBT, they are good to go. It's not just like that. Now, most times, most people who go into the JAMB hall, they are going there and they are going with either little confidence, high confidence, or just a minimal or just a medial confidence. We call it composure, we call it steez. We all know that. So now, when you solve past questions, you have a very high confidence level. You feel very confident. Even if you don't know it, you will be able to relax and study the question properly and know it. But most people are not privileged to have such confidence because they've probably solved low amount of past questions, so they don't even understand the scope of this JAMB examination. So now you have just 1 month. So this 1 month, you can say 2 subjects per day. For instance, my first week I decided to study biology, and now because it's just 1 month, I don't have to go and start studying complex textbooks. I can either buy study materials or I can use the Lamla series. The Lamla series are quite easy to understand. Everything has been highlighted, or if possible, get checkpoints for JAMB. They should sell it in bookshops close to you. So within the first week, I probably pick 2 subjects. Let's say I pick 1 calculation subject and 1 subject that I can study, just read. Let's say biology and physics for my first week. So I'm studying biology and physics. I study biology 1 topic, I go to physics 1 topic, I revise. At the end of the day, I speak with a partner over what we've learned. Probably like this helps in checking yourself, or if possibly if you can message me, that's fine, I will check on you free. Now, second week I have left physics and English. Now, physics and English, you can see it's a very good combination because English you don't need too much reading, but physics has a lot, especially in calculations. So for the first week you did biology and physics, or biology and chemistry. The second week you are doing English and the other. Now within the second week, the weekend you use it to read your JAMB novel so that it does not come in when you are studying during the weekdays. Right, you can use your weekend because most weekends will be half. Right, so even if you are going to market on weekends, you can take the Lekki headmaster to the market. You can read it in the market, read it after service, just your free time. You can use up all the weekends to just read that one very very well, because it helps to boost your score, especially in English. All right, so now after doing that, 2 weeks left. All right, these 2 weeks now you are going to study. For instance, you can set it that okay, these 2 weeks I'm solving 1000 questions per day. So if you solve 1000 questions per day for 2 weeks, your confidence will be very high, and when you make errors, you go back to the textbook, you refer only to that specific place, and with that you'll be able to get what most people will not be able to get even in 2 months. This is for those that are studying 1 month study, probably because of work. Alright, but right now, watching this video, after watching this video, you can, as well as they are going to work before this 1 month period starts, before you start utilizing this 1 month, that should be from, like, if we are saying 1 month, that should be from like 25th of March, right? So before then, you can still be reading, via PDFs at your workplace. So that's it for 1 month. Now for the 2 months plan, we have 2 months to the JAMB examination now, and we having 2 months. 2 months we start from tomorrow. So if you are just starting tomorrow, you can follow this plan and it will work for you far better. Now I'm not trying to say that those who study for 1 month, 2 weeks with this strategy I mentioned earlier, we score higher. What I'm trying to point out is I'm just trying to help them, because I've been in that situation before. Even when I had my own 300, I had 302. That was last 2 years. Even when I got that, I was working, I only took 1 month's leave. So that was the study strategy I used, and it helped me. Alright. So now for this 2 month strategy, 2 month plan. 2 months, that means we have 8 weeks. Normally I always use 2 weeks for revision. 2 weeks for revision, past questions, at least 1000 questions per day. You can do this. Look for a partner who has the same mindset that I can solve 1000 questions per day. There are people who were solving. There's this guy who was solving 2500 questions per day. If he does not solve it, oh my god, he's not going to rest. And this period, you don't need to move unnecessarily. You don't have anything to go and do outside, yet you want to go outside. So please try as much as possible to restrict your movement. Now onto the 2 month plan. We have 8 weeks now. We cut out the 2 last week for revision only. The 2 last week for revision, past questions, CBTs, and every other thing. Developing yourself, your time, and every other thing. Now we have 6 weeks left. 6 weeks left. And during these 6 weeks, we have 4 different subjects to conquer. So now each subject, if you would observe, have an average of 21 topics. 21 topics. If you are using the Lambda series, just use as if you are using the Lambda series, or better still, from the syllabus. Now these 21 topics, if you decide to do 3 topics per day, I was doing 5 topics per day though, but if you can go for 3 topics per day, it will go a long way. Now if you have 21 questions and you go for 3 topics per day, every 1 week you will finish 1 textbook. Now I'm coming. Most of you are looking at it as being impossible, but it's not impossible. When I did mine last 2 years, 2023, when I did mine, my friend was like, it's not possible. Like, he was like, I'm jumping up and down. I said, I'm not jumping, I'm doing it. I showed him I can even upload screenshots of my of that book on my paper. That was what I used to form a guide. I'll still drop the guide later on, probably in the description. You see the link. So now you're solving 3 topics per day. For instance, the first day on maybe physics, you are starting with electrostatic. You are moving on electrostatic. You do electrostatic first. Under electrostatic force, we have capacitance. Yeah, with me. We have charging by induction by. We have Coulomb's law. So all those ones are under what? Electrostatic. Not that you treat Coulomb's law as one day, one topic. No, all those are under electrostatic. Then the next day you are taking another topic entirely. That same day you are taking another topic entirely. You are taking 3 different topics. Then you can say, okay, you are giving yourself interval for these 3. Let's say after one topic you get an interval of 30 minutes. You use that 30 minutes to freshen up. Then you do the second topic. Then after the second topic, you can take an interval of 2 hours before coming back. That's 2 hours, use it to at least don't be useless in your house because you are reading. You can't say, mommy, anything for me to do. There's nothing for you to do. You can just play a game or reward yourself for reading 2 topics earlier. Then you continue the last one. Very easy as that. Very easy like that. And it's always good to have a partner most times if you want to engage in things like this, because you and your partner can check yourselves. All right. So with that, you should be able to finish 21 topics per day, and if you finish per week. Okay, even if we exclude Saturday and Sunday, at least it will encroach into the next week. So you have 1.5 week per subject. So if you have 1.5 week per subject, 1.5 times 4 is equals to what? 6 weeks. So that's the 6 weeks we have left. 6 weeks for reading, 2 weeks for what? Revision. So that's the perfect 2-month plan. You use 1.5 week per subject. Count the syllabus. If the syllabus is 20, divide it by 3 or divide it by 7 days. That's the 5. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, Sunday can be miscellaneous. You can use that one for your lucky headmaster. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for that subject. Then just like that, you share. You are reading 2 subjects for every 3 weeks. So you are reading 4 subjects for 6 weeks. Then the remaining 2 weeks is for what? Revision, past question, CBT, reviewing your, because it's very important to take note. It is very, very important to take note. Very, very important. Don't play with taking note, please. If you don't know how to take note, this is what we teach you, because even when you enter university, you will suffer. So start learning to take notes. All these things you are reading, take notes. If the textbook happens to be your own, you can use pencil to circle it. It's not necessary that you come and start writing, since the textbook is yours already. You can use pencil to circle it. Use highlighter if you have a highlighter pen to highlight great points that you shouldn't forget. So that's it about the 2-month plan. Then lastly, let me talk about the 2 weeks intensive. I made mention of intensive. I did not just say 2 weeks plan. I said 2 weeks intensive plan. Now, 2 weeks plan, you haven't been studying, or you've been studying minimally. You've been studying minimally for every other days, but now these 2 weeks to the exam, and at your place of work you're probably only given 2 weeks, and you have to squeeze these 2 weeks to get what you want, because nobody wants to write it twice, nobody wants to write it thrice, nobody wants to write it 4 times. But more, I tell you, especially med students, be very, very careful so that you won't write over and over again, especially in most universities. For example, sorry to mention. Okay, so now you have just 2 weeks to the exam. You have just 2 weeks to the exam. What do you want to do? First of all, you have to calm down. Most people will be very tensed. This exam is 2 weeks. Don't be in that crew. Don't be in the crew of lamentation. Rejoice always. Now, you have just 2 weeks to the exam. Sit down, calm down, think. What strategy can I use? Now you have just 2 weeks to the exam. You have 4 different subjects to conquer. I will advise you, if you can go for any remark class, tutorials organize remark classes. Even if you're just going for that 2 weeks, please go for that remark class. We have a lot of tutorials that organize remark class. We have EOT, we have JTSF. JTSF is a very good platform. They organize remark class, SIS, special intervention sessions. They produced that, I think that was, I don't remember the year, 2018 or 2019. The best overall in Nigeria was produced by that platform. It's a very known platform. We have a lot of other tutorials like that. We want to mention, we have Champion, we have a lot of tutorials that. Please join their remark classes. Better still, if you don't have money to join their remark classes, let me tell you what to do. Just focus yourself on past question and study materials. You can once you are committed to something, once you are committed, you know the value of what is ahead of you. You'll be ready to put in more effort. These 2 weeks, any form of distraction, keep it aside. If your phone is a distraction, carry your phone and borrow somebody. Let the person use the phone and pay you after 2 weeks. Pay you every day 1,000. That's, you will make about 14,000 when you collect your phone. Instead of you keeping your phone will distract you. No. Instead, keep that phone aside. Carry study materials. Read. Read. Just be reading, sleeping, reading, wake up, sleep, read, wake, sleep. You're not expected to sleep 8 hours per day. These 2 weeks intensive. You sleep at least 5 hours. That's enough for you. Sleep 5 hours. 5 hours is too much safe. You sleep by 11, you wake up by 4. If you do mistake, you wake up by 4:30. With this, you should be able to utilize these 2 weeks. I'm talking to you because I've seen some mad people who utilized 2 weeks and they came out smiling. So now, these 2 weeks, don't forget to prayer is the key for this, whether 1 month, 2 months, 2 weeks. Prayer is the key. you have to pray to the Almighty to help you. Even when you enter the exam hall, pray to the Almighty to help you. Now, these 2 weeks, I still want to emphasize that these 2 weeks, now I always said for the first month and the second and 2 months plan, 1 month and 2 months plan, I always emphasized on the need of 2 weeks for revision only. But now you have just 2 weeks, you have not studied, you've not revised. In this case, what you just have to do is you just have to use that 2 weeks very, very well. That's just the truth. Let me tell you, if you can read during the day, in the night you do night sub, you go and watch videos on YouTube from Flash Learners. If you can do that within 2 weeks, you should be able to get just that one. You may not remember them over a long term, right? It may just be short term form of gaining knowledge. You understand? It's just for this exam. The exam is in 2 weeks. So you read during the day, in the night you use night sub to watch videos. You sleep for 5 hours. You're good to go. I'm just saying, it's not like you intentionally wait till 2 weeks before the exam before you start implementing this method. No, this method is for those that are very, very busy working. They just have 2 weeks. Their boss, their madam gave them only 2 weeks. They can use this method very, very well. Otherwise, if you have time, follow the 1 month plan. If you have 2 months, 2 months is starting tomorrow, will be 2 months to the exam. Start tomorrow. That's just the truth. So I wish you guys the best in your examination.